When Mike gets really excited, then I go, okay, I probably need to own that coin. But he's here with me. He is one of the world's premier coin collectors, and he joins us for this awesome 2-hour show tonight. Okay, so we talked about, Mike, the 70 single coin from the first box. And I think this next thing even explains that story better and shows you how incredibly crazy rare that is. But now we're moving on to the first 10 boxes in a perfect coin, in type 1.
Well, here's the fact of the matter is we don't buy one box of coins.
Right,
okay,
exactly.
Obviously, okay, we buy.
That's actually funny because I know he buys
or 200 boxes,
and they send them on pallets.
Boxes.
He buys pallets of coins. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, we buy pallets and pallets and pallets of coins. And so that's how oftentimes I can get first box, first 10 boxes, those types of things. Now, for many, many years, almost 15 years, the United States government went out of their way to not delineate the first 10 boxes, or that it was struck in the prior year. They tried to keep it as homogeneous as possible. But everything in the last year has just been crazy. And so they're just trying to stay ahead of the game. And so we're able to find these. So, when we bought this, I had the first box. Well, of course, I had the first several boxes. Right. And so this is the first 10 boxes. Now, the interesting thing about the first 10 boxes is I don't actually have all 10 of the boxes. Now, the fact is somebody else has 3 of those 10 boxes.
No
That's
way.
just the way it is. Yeah, because
right.
The serial numbers, but they didn't know that.
No
so those
way.
are opened up and lost forever.
Oh,
so the first 10 boxes is really kind of,
the first
there's only
7 boxes.
of the first 10 boxes.
Right, it's kind of like the first 7 boxes.
Parcel of this.
Oh
is
my God.
ultimately what it comes down to. Yeah.
Oh.
So that's the thing. So you'll notice when you see these, they actually say which box. I think that's the second box.
Yeah, it says from second.
Flip over the coin next to it, I think it's like the 5th box. I think we're missing 3 and 4 and 8, I think, is what it was. But we have the other coins. So what it represents, in essence, is the first 3,500 coins. Now, at this, for the first 10 boxes, we're not really charging much of a premium. Okay? We're not really charging much of a premium for this. I mean, our regular Philadelphia emergency issue PCGS 70s are $409.
Wow.
I mean, that's just the regular price. Because the Philadelphia mini coin were released, they were so rare. The premium on these coins was like 5 times, 6 times, 7 times more than the W mints or even the S mints. And so because of that, right out of the chute, the Philadelphia mini coins are incredibly, incredibly expensive to begin with. But they're so rare. You have to understand. So you've got the most collectible Silver Eagle in history. The last year of issue of the classic design that you see right here. It's only going to be made for 6 months. The United States Mint is not going to be able to make enough of these coins. That's just the way that it is. I have here from the Philadelphia Mint, which is the rarest of the 3 by far. By far, it's going to be 20, 25 times rarer than the West Point minted coin at the very least. And they're going to be short in terms of mintage of the West Point coin by about 20 million coins.
No kidding. Wow.
They're going to be short 20 million. But the United States government for the last 10 years, the average mintage of the regular Silver Eagle is 30 million coins.
Okay.
To date, and they're only going to make it for another month or so, they have made fewer than 10 million of these coins. Wow. They have made fewer than 10 million. That includes the San Francisco and the Philadelphia.
Does it
fewer
really?
Than 10 million. If they don't pick up the pace, this will be the rarest American Silver Eagle of the last 20 years, when it should be the most popular. It is the most popular, but it should have the most because of the demand. So what you have is
wait, guys, and that's because of the design. And that's because of the design change. So all this has happened with this crazy design change, and then when COVID happened, and then they closed the mint down, the mint's so far behind, and they know that they weren't even gonna do like a type 1, type 2. That was even so unexpected. And they're coming up against having to now get the type 2s out all within the same year. Thus the problem, thus the limited amount.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. So all of the mint state coins, West Point, San Francisco, and Philadelphia, are all rare. And here's what's going to happen. Mark my words. I'm giving everybody a bit of advice. The United States government is going to start making type 2 coins about April, We're in March. All right, we're almost halfway through March. They're going to start making them in April. And when they do that, they're going to stop making Type 1 coins. Type 1 coins are already sold out from all the distributors right now as we speak. So when they start making the Type 2s, they're not going to keep making Type 1s. They're going to try to get ahead of the curve because Type 2s are even going to be more popular than this.
Right.
And so what you're going to have is months, May and June almost certainly, where they're not making and releasing any coins into the marketplace, into a place where silver is exploding in terms of popularity and collectability. You will have no new American Silver Eagles coming into the marketplace, only the coins that exist. It's going to become a numismatic desert out there, folks. And then supply and demand will be something I've experienced a fair number of coin frenzies, if you will. Yes. And I'm just anticipating that's what's going to happen. And if that happens, and then you have this coin, which isn't just one of the 2021s, it's the rarest of the 2021s, Philadelphia issue, Emergenc.
Right.
And then within that, it's from the first 10 boxes. The first 5,000 coins that were made. The government's only going to make maybe 12 million of these coins. They should have made 35 million. Right. They made 35 million. We could sell all of them. We could sell all of them is ultimately what it comes down to.
But they didn't.
So it's critically important for you to understand what your opportunity is here, that you're getting these coins ahead of the craziness, the chaos, and all of that.
Right, right. Because, and again, really, I hope you're kind of paying attention to what Mike's saying. It is really dramatic, and it is a very, very, very big deal. And it's really fun that we have access. Like me as Joe Schmo coin collector, I wouldn't know where to even go to get this kind of story because you can't find it. I mean, he does it, and he's one of the biggest coin collectors in the world, so he's able to get access to this, to bring these things in. He's got the tools, he's got the people, they've got the teams to do it. Just as you and me trying to figure this out, oh my gosh, it's, I always love it. He calls it the wild, wild west out there. You have to be so careful, especially people are taking advantage of people who don't understand what they're buying or where they're buying it from. Especially
and understand, when we're
this year.
talking about first 10 boxes, there's only one first 10
boxes. That's it, in the world.
In the world. Or Annex or anything else.
Right.
So I think what we're going to do is we're going to give everybody an opportunity here for the Mint State 69. Then I'd really like to get right to the Kennedys. Kind of get out of the Silver Eagles here for just a second because I have some Kennedys, those that we previewed. Those are the last of the Silver Kennedys.
Yeah, those are
I'm
cool.
anticipating complete sellout on those, so I want to get to that as soon as we can.
Okay, guys, so we're just going to mention the 69, and then we're going straight to the Kennedys, okay? Little heads up for everybody. I have to give you an update, though. Yes, indeed, this is not a surprise. That first box sold out. The one